Hello. Another sketchbook tour already. It doesn't seem like a long time since I recorded the last one, but I finished another sketchbook. Sketchbook 14. It's the TARDIS from Doctor Who. I got this book for Christmas, and it's got Matt Smith's logo, so that's very cool. If you couldn't tell by my entire channel, I love Doctor Who, so this TARDIS book is going to be mainly Doctor Who drawings in here. And it's bigger on the inside. I started it at the end of December and finished it mid-March, so that's very cool. My interests at the time, they haven't really changed, so yeah. And then my goals for this book, I'm pretty sure I did all of these, so I'm very happy with that. The stickers, we've got Amy and Rory, Peter Capaldi playing his guitar, Clara with the raven that killed her, very sad, Face the Raven, and Hello, I'm the Doctor. And my friend doodled this little 14 fellow. I don't know him, but she loves him, so that's great. I've got my drawing ideas list. I still haven't done that. I should do that, that's a funny idea. I have that at the start of all of my sketchbooks, just in case I don't know what to draw. The first page, my second favourite painting, called Death of Sappho. It's such a good painting. And I love Sappho as well, so amazing. Doctor Who. I was watching Peter Capaldi's first episode at the time. Forgot what it's called actually. Deep Breath. So I love how I stylise these drawings in the first few pages. Peter Capaldi going, "You've got a dinosaur too." Clara and Jenny. Love Jenny. Yeah, Peter Capaldi again, because I was watching Into the Dalek. I do that a lot. I draw things from what I'm watching at the time. A poem that I found somewhere. Anthony Wang Loves So Easily. Theta Sigma and Kashai, the Doctor and the Master, when they were kids. And this little Roger Delgado Master. He's great. I love Roger Delgado. Captain Jack eating pizza. Dr. Gregory House and the rat he stole from Cuddy, because he steals rats now. Jamie, second Doctor, and Adric, and John Pertwee getting arrested in Invasion of the Dinosaurs. Jamie too. That's the most accurate I've ever drawn Patrick Troughton, by the way. It's such a good drawing. I'm in love with it. Missy and the Doctor, and Missy and the Doctor again. The Doctor in his tiny little TARDIS. This is mostly a Missy page, because I was watching Dark Water and Death in Heaven at the time, as you can tell by Cyberman. Missy and the Doctor, Missy, Doctor. I missed out the ribcage when I drew this for the first time, and it really bugged me, so I had to go in and draw it again. And it doesn't look right, but that's okay. This is when I figured out how to play the Doctor Who theme tune on guitar, and Matt Smith's I'm the Doctor theme. If you want to copy those, if any of you play guitar, then you're more than welcome to. Another poem that I picked up on somewhere, and then that was me going insane because I pulled an all-nighter. Yeah. The 8th Doctor with his amnesia. 12th Doctor again. Another 12th Doctor. My first ever drawing of the Brigadier. Inspired by a Tumblr post from the Brigadier roleplay account. Pretty sure there's only one. Yeah. Inspired by a Tumblr post with Anthony Ainley Master and Ace. He's mad. I love him. My first time drawing Yates and my first time drawing Benton. I love them. I'm still obsessed with them even now, so that's great. Both inspired by roleplays I did. I was the Master and I was Missy in both of them. So Yates getting hypnotised again. He's always getting hypnotised, poor guy. And Benton getting hit on the head again, because he's always getting hit on the head. Unit family. This is where I started to get like really into them, into the unit era. And I'm still not out of the unit era. And it's been months, so I'm not expecting that to be any time soon. Vampire Doctor. He would do that. He would just come to unit after months of not drinking blood, because it's unethical, even though he's literally a vampire. Sixth Doctor, Colin Baker. I've met him, he's awesome. Captain Mike Yates, another vampire third Doctor, Brigadier. This is when I started to do my own designs for the unit lot. So this is my design for Yates. I gave him a scar on the back of his neck because he got a bomb dropped in his head, and he was somehow fine afterwards, which would not happen, but okay. Benton, and a scar on the back of his neck because he's always getting hit on the head and battered and everything. I gave him chronic headaches because he gets head trauma every single episode he's in. Yeah. The helicopter from the Daemons. That scene from the Green Death, it was very funny. Brigadier getting hypnotised. Olive Hawthorne and Benton from the Daemons. My design for the Brig, pretty much canon compliant. And the Doctor, again, pretty canon compliant. Tom Osgood and Petronella Osgood, because, yeah, very wild name change from classic Who to New Who, but, you know, apparently it needed to be done. Inspired by Tumblr roleplay of the Fifth Doctor and Roger Delgado, Master. Missy action figure from my box of my Missy action figure. A quote from my friend. That I did those the wrong way around. It's supposed to be My Chemical Romance lyrics from the song Mama. Stop asking me questions, I hate to see you cry. Mama, we're all gonna die. But I replaced it with Doctor because it's the Master saying it. That was when my friend misheard me because I was talking about Benton and I was like, what he went through in the show was so rough, Jesus Christ. And she misheard me as Benton's in love with Jesus Christ, so new crack ship, Benton x Jesus. It's great. We got that of Yates, Benton and Joe. And my friend drew some numbers from one of the many object shows out there. I don't know which one. And then a 4-page, I drew that on someone's Roblox character. And the Benton page from Inferno and Benton x Jesus. It's a great ship. I made mini zines, or zines, however the hell you pronounce that. So here's one of Missy. I cannot stop making them, they're so fun. And then one of Yates. Oh, that scene in Invasion of the Dinosaurs was so sad. I did those at school, that's why they're in green pen. A very normal, very definitely totally true quote. Everyone at unit is totally and absolutely mentally stable. Absolutely. So Yates, Benton, Sarah Jane, and the 8th Doctor having amnesia from the Doctor Who TV movie. We love. I printed out pictures of all the Doctors, so we've got a few of those pictures in here. So 5th Doctor with no celery. He always wears celery, so that's odd. 2, Jamie and Zoe, and them at the bottom of the page. I love how close they were in that era, it was great. My friend gave me a matching sticker, so I have this one, she has another one of a different character from the same show, so we're matching stickers now, so fun. me trying to figure out what Adric looks like. A really good side profile. It looked exactly like the reference picture somehow. A cutout from my Missy action figure thing. And that scene from the Doctor Falls. Because I think it was around this time that the original script released, and the original acting for that script. It was so sad. Oh my god, I was obsessed with it. I still am. Perry and Nissa Tegan. In her outfit from The Two Doctors, because I love that outfit on her. A poem that I wrote. Meddling Monk. I printed out pictures of Mary Tam and John Levine as Romana and Benton, but they kind of like, I don't know, the ink just isn't there anymore. And then famous paintings, because I love classic art. So the Eye from The Fallen Angel, Sappho's face from Death of Sappho, one of the ballerinas from an Edgar Degas painting, the Mona Lisa. It's that entire painting is iconic. Same with Girl with the Pearl Earring. I couldn't pick a favourite part of those. Yeah. I got a Jax plushie, so I made the label into a cool little page. Another poem that I wrote in iambic pentameter. David Tennant as the Doctor. 9/11 except 2005. And Jamie. When I watched Robot, Tom Baker's first episode, these are the funny bits from that episode. Yeah. Another sticker my friend gave me, Tom Baker again, Yeats, and a character from my book. Jamie, because I really like Jamie. Jamie's a great character. And Benton. It was referencing a picture of John Levine, not the character Benton, but he played Benton, so it's fine. This is when I started like drawing stuff in a separate notepad and sticking it in, because I could draw like up to 8 pages a day in that book and just stick them in, and it was great. So Joe and Yeats and Joe and Benton, and the Holy Trinity of Unit, Benton, Yeats, sorry, that's the Brigadier, not Benton. Benton, Yeats, Brigadier. Pretend I know what I'm on about, okay. I didn't know how military outfits worked, so I gave him his beret on his shoulder because I didn't know what it was at the time. Just pretend that's not there. Pretend he's, like, either not wearing his beret or not got it on his shoulder. Because I definitely know what I'm doing. Another poem that I wrote. And me trying to figure out side profiles for the Holy Trinity of Unit. Doctor Who calendar. Benton in a dress from the stage play Unit Recall the Great Teabag Mystery. It sounds like such fun, like Margaret Thatcher getting kidnapped by the Daleks. I wish that wasn't lost media. Oh my god, I would love to watch it. We got Sarah Jane, Missy and Benton, and a redraw of that one Rory drawing from one of my old sketchbooks. I can't remember which one. It was one of them. I drew all these in class, and that's how I found out one of my teachers is a Doctor Who fan. Amy, Rory to Jamie. And I drew that. I really love how I got all the pop-ups and stuff. I really like that. And another of the Master, Sim Master, Saxon Master, whatever you want to call him. And then this one, in one of the action figures for the Brigadier, they gave him tits. And I thought that was really funny, so I drew him with the titties. And on the packaging for that action figure, it said the woman who was a splendid chap. Like, that is not a coincidence. Then this is from when I started watching the Sarah Jane Adventures, so we got Sarah Jane and K9 from that, and Maria. and this Dalek Valentine's card. You exterminate my sadness. Cute. Sarah Jane and her son Luke. Benton in a dress again, being held at gunpoint. And Jo. She was given very much magical girl energy in this drawing. I'm in love with how I drew the hands, by the way. Oh my god, I love hands. So, magical girl, she was giving magical girl in that, so I drew her as a magical girl in this one for a unit Halloween party. And I'm obsessed with Vampire Third Doctor, so of course I had to draw him as that. The Brigadier, with one of his many iconic quotes. The Doctor and Jamie. That's actually a really good drawing of Jamie. I was gonna finish that drawing of Benton, but I never did. So, yeah. My outfits for my two OCs. And this Weeping Angel thing. It says don't blink. The cars outside are really loud. Yeah. Does that. And then my two OCs. Their outfits on the other page. And then Patrick Troughton with his bow tie, because bow ties are cool. And Zoe and Jamie. I love Zoe's outfits. Every single one of them is just amazing. And then Doctor Who Days of the Week. We are currently on Silurian Saturday when I'm filming this. Fun. Stallman from Inferno, because I really love Inferno. It's like one of my top 3 Doctor Who episodes ever. Yeah. Madame Vastra. And Mini Jamie, and Not So Mini Jamie, and Matt Smith. Rose and Sarah Jane. I can't draw tongues sticking out. Like, I did in that drawing, but I've since figured out that if I'm not looking at a reference, it just looks really, really weird. So I just don't draw tongues anymore. To Jamie being cute. I love drawing in highlighter. Highlighters are so fun. And River Song, the woman she is. I think we're gonna have to kill this guy, Ace. Damn. That's the best I've ever drawn, Ace. I'm really proud of that one. And then the David Tennant mug. That exists. In one of the books, the Master had a magical girl transformation, and it was very funny, so I drew him going from Santa and then his magical girl transformation to the Master. Great. Benton Yates, because I love them. And Yates and Benton, because I love them. I need to draw in this art style more often. Like the really simple lines with paint pens. It's very fun. Olive Hawthorne from the Damons. Doctor Who from the Damons. That's a quote from one of the interviews on the DVDs for the Damons. The Brigadier's an alcoholic and Mike Yates is gay. Because of this interaction, where Yates asked the Brigadier out for a dance, and he just wants a drink instead. Very bold of him to be asking his boss to go dancing with him. And then Yates, because he's my favourite. That's the best drawing of Yates I've ever done, I think. Yates and Benton having a marital dispute because they're married, trust. TARDIS as a human, the Brigadier as a girl, and the Brigadier being an alcoholic, as he is. I'm writing a musical with my friends, fun fact. So this is one of my characters from the musical, The Mysterious Traveller. And this is my second character, Maria. I forgot I put that as her last name. Okay. Jamie eating jelly babies. Because, fun fact, all of the early Doctors carried around jelly babies, even though we know Tom Baker is the most famous for it. Very fun. Brigadier from Sarah Jane Adventures this time. Ace and the Doctor. Mass Destruction, hell yeah. River Song. I love drawing her hair. Her hair is so fun to draw. My first time drawing Turlo. There's a lot of firsts in this book. He's very fun to draw. And the Master being infected with the cheetah virus. This design of my OC, Christine. She's a vampire. If you couldn't tell by the first page. That's her meeting my other OC, Ginger, who is a father figure to her in the story. I love that sign. And then 5, 4. There's no 3, 2, 1. Nissa of Traken, Sarah Jane and Luke. Olive Hawthorne. All these quotes from my friends. I forgot about these. They all relate to the musical that we're writing. And Arabella de Bivol. This is her entire backstory, her entire character. Cannibal, lesbian, that's it. She's a joke character. And, yeah, she's funny. My friend drew more numbers. Yeah. Very creatures. Six and Perry from the Two Doctors, because I love them. Joe Grant, Tiny Jamie, a High Centauran, because I forgot how to draw Centaurans, and Benton. Jamie and the Doctor. I love Jamie, if you couldn't tell. Jamie, and characters from the musical, Maria and Captain Hunt. I'm really happy with how that suit of armour turned out. And then I went on a trip to a place in York, I think it was, and the scenery on the way there was absolutely stunning. Cybermen. Jamie! Hanging from a rope for some reason. And Prince Ilya, he's from the musical, and so is the princess. Not the same kingdom, they're not related. Dakota and Evelyn, two characters who I only remember exist like twice a year. But they're very cool. Cupid and her rockstar girlfriend. I love them. That's actually a logo for my band that I created with a few friends. Fun. And then Peter Davison, Sylvester McCoy, and Colin Baker with hedgehogs for some reason, because they had hedgehogs in one picture. And I got a rainbow pencil, and that was really fun. So, Romana 1 and 2. Romanas. I don't know. Oh, sorry. The Brigadier, the most accurate I've ever drawn him. I'm really proud of that one. And Roger Delgado Master from the Damons with sunglasses. Sorry about that, my camera cut out. Back now. And my phone ran out of storage, so it stopped the recording. Anyway, back into it. This is the drawing of John Pertwee with Pet Tortoise. I used new pens for this, and they bled, like, a lot through so many pages. They're really fun to draw with, but you just have to get the right surface, otherwise you will destroy so many pages of the book. But it's okay, because it's a good drawing. I like it. Patrick Troughton. K9's long-lost cousin, the Brick Dog. And a sticker I got from somebody. I don't know why it's a reindeer. Even though I got it in, like, February. But that's okay. I learned about A Christmas Carol in school, so I got to draw about it as well. I really like that drawing of Fred. It's very texture. The Then these are some drawings from the start of November, around Halloween time. So Rose, Michelle Gomez playing Margaret Thatcher. That was very funny. Bill Potts, K9, Amy, and Sarah Jane. I love drawing K9. K9 is like the most fun thing to draw ever. Peter Capaldi, playing guitar. Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart, because we love him. To Jamie from fanfiction that I wrote, based on this image. Mike Yates, what a surprise. This scene from Tower of the Autons is very funny, because aside from the racism, that was not funny. The way the Doctor just went, help, 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 when he'd been tied up, and no help was coming, because he was in a caravan. But it was funny. Yeah, Dr. Brigadier from that episode. I love Terror of the Autons. It's great. Yates and Benton, because I love them. I fucked up Benton's face, but it's okay, because I have paper to cover it up. I like that picture of Yates. It's a very good picture to draw. Paint. This is The Creature. It's a character that I made up, and it's just amazing. I love The Creature. Monkey, inspired by Phantom of the Opera, and that little monkey music box. Mini Maria, my Persona, and the Master's supposed real name, Koshife Nostra Polymaxa Crofassa. Who calls their kid that? 32 letters long, they're not going to be able to spell that. Poem that I wrote, because I was mad. Dr. Antello, and another character from the musical. All of these inspired by a random quote generator, except for that one that was actually in a Doctor Who episode. Harry, I'm standing on a landmine. Because the Doctor stood on a landmine in one episode, it was very funny. Jamie, Captain Jack, Brigadier. My science revision. Except I doodled the Doctor and Liz Shaw on it because it was science revision. Anyway, Rose Tyler, Benton, and Amelia Pond. I really love the pen I used for that. I should use it more often. Jamie and the Doctor from the Two Doctors. All the companions' names ever. Sixie and Perry. This doodle is inspired by something they said at Comic-Con when I met them. Nicola Bryant doesn't drink tea or coffee, but Colin Baker really likes large iced coffees. It was a very fun Q&A. Jamie from the Two Doctors, and E.P. Joe. That was me reminding myself to paint a wedding present for a family friend. It's a good thing I did, because their wedding is today, and I only finished it last night, but it's fine. It got there in time. Joe Grant Page. I love Joe. Can't really see the text, but you can tell it's Peter Capaldi and Michelle Gomez. I'm meeting Michelle Gomez in July. I'm so hyped for that. Oh my god. Peter Capaldi, Veronica Sawyer. Peter Capaldi is a doctor, by the way. That was inspired by something two of my friends did. Because one of them was trying to beat up the other one. So the one who was being beat up just decided to pick the other one up to stop them. And it was a good pose, so I drew Joe and Yates like that. And this show. Yeah, Missy and the Master. I don't know why I drew them so often then, specifically, because I wasn't even watching the episode that they appeared together from. I don't know, I just liked drawing them. Liz and my Persona. Maria, a character from the musical that I'm writing, and a dragon. I love her. My friend on Tumblr has a really super awesome unit coal mining AU, alternate universe. I love it. Benton and the low door frames, Brigadier taking all the alcohol from everybody, Yates being sent down the mine, just very amazing. And then me figuring out how to draw a shark for my art homework. The camera's gone really blue. Why is the camera gone so blue? Sorry, anyway. Luke and Skye from Sarah Jane Adventures, because Sarah Jane can't stop adopting alien children. Her life is never normal. A bat that looks high. Doctor and Joe. Sarah Jane and K9. This is what finally killed my pen. You can see it running out on the final one, compared to, like, that one. But it's fine. Delgado Master. K9. That guy from the Sarah Jane Adventures. Ooh. Nearly smudged the pencil there. These two pages are my favourite pages, I think. I love how I did the mark making and the that instead of like a normal swirly swirl, it's a rectangular swirl because he's a hologram. Very awesome. Remember, he's American. Yeehaw! Because those two were controlling what he was saying because he's a hologram. And she's been watching too much Toy Story, so she made him say yeehaw. And then 13 Bannerman Road, where Sarah Jane Smith lives, because at the start of every single episode of the Sarah Jane Adventures, that clip plays with Clyde saying that. It's funny though, can't lie. K9 and Clyde having a dirty mind. Ooh, another one of my favourite pages. Matt Smith, Sarah Jane, Joe Grant meeting each other in Death of the Doctor. Very fun. And then my friend forced me to watch an object show, so I made the most of it and doodled the characters because they're very fun to doodle. Schlong. Cinema roll and milk. Tegan and Christopher Eccleston side profile. My friend gave me this drawing. And Clyde with the girly bike from that one episode of Sarah Jane Adventures. K9! We love K9 in this house. The Doctor and Rose. Scary dog privilege, except it goes both ways. Joe again, and Funky Guy. I love doodling Funky Guy. Funky Guy is cool. Leela. That thing. And then I watched the Three Doctors for the first time, so the next two pages are doodles of that. So, 2 Second Doctor, and then him asking for his recorder, because he just would not shut up about his recorder in that special. It was really funny. Robert's Master from the Doctor Who TV movie. Jamie running away. That was from a Blue Peter thing, where they were showing off all the props used in Doctor Who. And the host got this smashable wine bottle that didn't hurt when you smashed it over someone's head. And he just would not stop bashing this one guy with it. And he asked, "Are you sure you're alright?" As he bashed him over the head again with a wine bottle. Patrick Troughton in an interview, and John Pertwee in an interview. And then these were from a panel at a Comic-Con. I can't remember which one it was, because it was on the specials for the DVD. If I do find out what it was, I'll put it in either the description or a pinned comment. But, Brig, John, and Katie. His real name's Nicholas Courtney, but they called him the Brig, so it's fine. And Katie Manning kept pulling people out the audience to tell them off. It was really funny. Me figuring out how to make a Captain Jack Harkness plushie. That was supposed to be a gun, Please don't say it looks weird. It was supposed to be a gun, except I can't draw guns. Anyway, character, Sarah, that I made up. And I, the brig, the master, and that thing. Zelda Spellman, because I haven't drawn her in ages. Love in a Bottle, except it's the Brigadier, because Husk from Hell of a Boss is, like, very much an alcoholic, and so's the Brigadier. Greaseball, bald Greaseball. I can't draw trains. Like, that's the best I can do. I can draw human trains, just not actual ones. That might be an issue I need to fix, but it's okay. Sarah Jane, and Joe, and Pinterest as a human. Doctor Who and the Sentient Cookie. If that was a story, that's probably how the characters would react. The Brigadier would shoot at it. Benton would want to eat it because he never gets any food. Poor guy. And Yates would get held at gunpoint. That's just how it would go. TARDIS is a human and Bessie is a human. So, yay. And Liz. That's the most accurate I've ever drawn her, I think. I'm really proud of that one. I say that a lot, don't I? Teeth. And 2 Jamie, except it's 2 from an object show. Obviously Jamie from Doctor Who. Another Jamie, Brigadier page. Chap the Wings, 5 rounds rapid. The Brigadier is amazing. Loved the Brigadier. Missy, Michelle Gomez. Phantom of the Opera. Christine's dress is gorgeous. It's so fun to draw as well. Dalek and Amy, the girl who waited. Tegan and this evil and intimidating snake, the Mara. Cyberman. Yeah, wait. I'm trying to remember what those lyrics are from. Lemon Demon lyrics. It's very much Cyberman coded. Yeah. Anyway, Jamie Page, James Robert McCrimmon. Willwood, If Dreams Can Come True, with Jamie, Victoria, and the Doctor all having a happy little time. What does that say about nightmares and all the monsters they've encountered? So, the Macra, the Yeti, Daleks. Very fun. Sun and Moon. I don't draw them very much. I should do that. I should draw them more. The 8th Doctor, because the Master got transformed into this little snake thing in the TV movie. It was very funny. The Master as a cat, John Sim. Master and Crowley with yellow snake eyes. Fun. Brigadier, Yates and Joe. I did say I loved that picture of him. I reference it all the time. And these little 2 silly creature things of them. The Master is a cheetah. I figured out how to draw cheetah marks. Cheetah prints. Fun. So I can draw him more. Yeah. Benton. My friend drew that. Wow. I don't even know what to say. I'm at a loss for words. It's just gorgeous. John Pertwee as the Doctor. Missy. Not as the Doctor. Yates. And then I went back to my roots and watched Matt Smith, because Matt Smith was my Doctor. He was what got me into the show. So I watched The Big Bang. So that's drawing of him from The Big Bang and drawing of River Song from The Big Bang. I love this drawing of her. It's actually so realistic. Somehow. K9 and Mr. Smith. The beef they had on the show was very funny. And quotes from the 5 Doctors. You're here? Yes, evidently. What are we going to do now? Die. They had the best script for that. And to finish it off, the last drawing in in Sketchbook 14, Sarah Jane. Yeah, that's it. It had a little pocket at the back that I put stuff in, so I didn't have to make my own this time. Yeah, that was Sketchbook 14. I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I did. Yeah, bye.